How's it going, everybody? So, I think they've mostly been making updates. I'm gonna check, because apparently there was an update and then it got patched or something. Announcement, Polymod, fix the motor and tribe choosing screen. Interesting. Polymod catalog. Cool. A place you could find multiple different mods. Alright. But it looks like nothing specifically for the map maker. When we last left off, we played Hoodrick. We're going to start off with an Explore. Beautiful. That's supposed to be forestry. So we're going to go ahead and just grab the tech. Really fast. We're going to go ahead and pick up climbing. Something happened over here, as there is a player there, but unfortunately I can't see them. This is all part of the design. What I'll go ahead and do here, Lumberhalt, Lumberhalt, Lumberhalt. We're going to do a border growth. I can also be experimenting with chopping. But there's no reason for me to chop at this exact minute. So, and look at that. We got mathematics. So, in theory, these ruins, I specifically want to give forestry and then mathematics in whichever order that the player picks them up. That would be my intended goal. We can go here, we can go here. Forget, I don't think I have a ruin here. If I did, I would want this ruin to be like stars or pops. Oops, I have it. Repeating the exact same one over again. I do have math, so we can grab a sawmill here. Lumberhalt. Is my math wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, it's... my mental math is wrong. Go ahead and grab a giant. This giant is really far from the front. We are offered a peace treaty on turn 11 by Quetzali. Quetzali has finally decided that perhaps we might be worth allying up with. I guess I definitely would want to have a ruin here. Just for stars or something. We're gonna go ahead and lumber halts. Lumber halts. Workshop. Lumber halts. Lumber halts. Also a workshop. We'll grab ourselves another archer for protection. Ooh, they did get this village very quickly this time. My real goal... I'm so sorry, I did not mean to sneeze into the microphone like that. Is for Venger to be giving Quetzali a hard time. And push Quetzali back. We are going to actually send this warrior over here. I forget if there's actually a ruin there or not. Clear. Sawmill. Lumber halts. Resources. I could pick up org. We're just gonna go ahead and place the sawmill here. Lumber halt. Resources. And get ourselves another archer. Kester, how's it going? This feels like a day early. Is it? No, it's Sunday. I made sure of it. This way we also get to see some of Quetzali land. Maybe another archer. I kind of want to go ahead and pick up roads. I'm pretty sure it should say Monday for me whenever you stream, but it's Sunday for me too. Yeah, it is the correct day and the correct time for streaming Polytopia, that is. Fair enough. This way we get to see what's actually going on over here. Yeah, I should put a ruin here, just so that way they're not punished for going over here. I'm not saying I want them to be heading that way first, but... Grab writing. We're gonna grab roads. Pick this city up. Hunt. Hunt. Workshop. I think you streamed so early that I haven't hit 12 a.m. yet. So there's not too many texts I can actually pick up left. And for this tutorial mission. Is Quetzali seriously winning? Quetzali has 3 cities. Let's go ahead and grab fishing. Fish. 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 Two clouds, 3 clouds. Let's gamble. Let's try to... No! That was incorrect. This is a very strong, heavily sided map. So, 1 star short. Go ahead and place down the final road. Super unit. Let's gamble. Last words before disaster. Yeah. Yeah. If we place a road here. Road. Very expensive turn. Hey, Quetzali is losing a city. Awesome. That is the entire goal. We're gonna go and place a road here, a road here. Fish, bridge. Two more lumber huts for a solid border growth. We'll pass this turn. How's Quetzali doing? Down to 2 cities. Oh yeah. Renger's overpowering them. That's good. That's exactly what I wanted. Road. Super units. Is this is a Hudrick level? Yes, this is the Hudrick level. I want to see what's going on. That's a fail. I'm not gonna be able to see what's going on as long as hunt, fish, resources. Fish, resources. This looks like a cool rivers map type. I needed to make an archipelago-esque kind of map, so that way archery is as strong as possible, because this is the level that you're supposed to go, oh wow, this unit is like really good. We know archers are good, but I need a new player to understand that this unit, that is a good unit. They should play with this unit. Resources. Archer. Hey! Looks like they're fighting at the capital. That's exactly what I needed. Good enough. Are you aware that, hold on. Are you aware that Lakes is a market rush map, and that's why Hoodrick is a menace there? Oh lord, what is that Venger Forge spot? Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. It's not a problem if you don't worry about it. Worrying about things is what causes mistakes. It's not a problem if you don't worry about it. Literally me with homeworks in school. Yeah, at some point you won't have to worry about that. Ooh, they leveled it up for me. We can get ourselves a veteran swordsman here. Fantastic. Look at that veteran swordsman we got. It got placed on the wrong spot on the map. Darn it, they leveled this city up too. Oh, there's a unit there in the fog. We might as well find it. I can actually deal with that. What if I went catapults instead of archers? You can. There's nothing stopping you from that. This is, you're supposed to be experimenting with these units on this stage. Because notice, like, catapults will do very well here as well. And that's okay. A lumber halt. And get ourselves a park. The goal is just to defeat Venger. Why are you hogging your monuments? You guys know I always do that. I'm really bad at hogging the monuments. That is a trait of mine. We do not use our monuments. Also, Venger's doing the same thing. They still have their monument here they haven't claimed. Or this ruin here they haven't claimed. Woohoo! Killer monument. There's the capital. Roads. Deep water surrounded by land looks like a crack in the land. It's very deep trench. Sorta, yeah. The thing is I really needed to make sure that players are not able to get onto the water here. Specifically because I'm trying to make sure that we're cut off. And as long as there's no way for units to get built onto the water, like, you can build a bridge here. You can. You absolutely can build bridges. Like, I can build a bridge here. I can build a bridge here. I can build a bridge here. I can build bridges in all these tiles here. But nowhere am I able to get onto the water here. And same thing with the other AIs. Because this is fully intended to be territory that nobody can go onto. That way I can control that, hey, you're not meant to kill Quetzali. You're meant to get an embassy with Quetzali here. I'm just getting the turn. Why does Venger have so many mushrooms? Why are you trying to overdose them? I'm trying to give them giants! And a stronger economy so they can afford all their units. Awesome. Venger is pushing out. They are currently in the process of taking Quetzali's other city. Woohoo, another giant. And Quetzali's down to 1 city. Because I did make a change. I didn't test it, but I did make one more change. Because the goal is for Venger to overpower Quetzali here. Oh, Quetzali's fighting back for it. Fish. Fish. New Stellaris patch looks weird. Are we actually talking about Stellaris? Because the Stellaris patches have been awesome. They're currently making even more changes, so I didn't want to start a campaign right before new balance changes happen, because they were like, oh, that's a problem. So they're trying to do some quick fixes. And y'all know me, I'm not going to be playing that. But I've also been playing Beastie Ball, so I'm not in a rush to get back into Stellaris. What is Vanguard's... let's see. They are going to start seeing stuff with all the mushrooms. Yeah. It's fine. What if it just warriors spam Venger there? Don't know. Or rider spam. That's fine. I have a path out here so that way you can rush riders around. It's going to be trickier, but you can do it. I'm really just trying to see if Quetzali dies. I hate to sound weird, but I'm just trying to watch Quetzali die right now. Astro, how's it going? Venger goated, right? Currently trying to be very diplomatically actually finish a game of Stellaris for once. Oh yeah. Well, because yeah, the new patch basically has it where you want to build tall instead of wide, so you want to be vassalizing a lot of empires now. Quetzali have a catapult, they can win this. We'll see. Oh, Quetzali is actually overtaking them. Wild Forest right there. I know, right? There's something wrong with this map generation. Imagine if we could buy an Explorer and free Spirit Tech. That'd be interesting. Three and 3. Yeah, Quetzali seems to kind of, fight back. Quetzali fought back to go to 3 cities. Alrighty. Well, they're just gonna attempt to take me over. I guess we're just gonna go ahead and finish this one. Rats. It'd be interesting to be able to buy explorers, though. I'm not saying it's a good idea, but definitely interesting. And all we're trying to do is take Vinder's capital on this map. Quetzali is pushing them back. That's crazy. Did Quetzali ever send us an embassy? They did not. Wow. I feel like they should really implement being able to buy and explore a city using free spirit. I don't know, like, how much would that cost? How would you balance that? Alright, so this would be the end of the campaign. Or at least this, this mission, taking this city. Quetzali. How are they on the water? Did I do something to allow this? No, they broke peace. How... I say, how dare you? Oh, okay, I did allow it, and it is fine. How about for the campaign to keep a level where all the bots are allied to each other and you have to fight them alone? See, that's what I want to do for the final mission where you're playing as Venger. Holy forge spots, Batman. Yeah, so once you take Venger's capital, the mission ends. Also, to answer Kester's question, you can technically like road and build bridges to here as well, or you know, like around, and attack this way. You've got 2 bridge spots here, so you're not stuck on a 1x1 straight. So like you do have 3 avenues of attacking. You've got a line of catapults that can go here to do some damage. Thanks to this mountain, you'll get some vision. The intended way is for you to use archers to attack through the central point. You can also use a mix of archers and riders to attack around. You can also use... I meant to upgrade that into a raft. Just so it moves faster. So that way you can, like, go all the way over here. Oh no, that's a knight. Would be those mid-in-game fights where you're missing out on an annoying fog tile and there's no city to upgrade it. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. But you're supposed to be able to get a veteran rammer here. Unfortunately, you can't actually control what you get in ruins through the map maker. But that is something I would hope they would implement at some point. But yeah. So this mission's over. If I'm playing the hood map, I'm gonna fight a 1v2. I mean, you actually can't fight Quetzali. You can fight Quetzali, I guess, but like you really would have to go out of your way to take out Quetzali. Toby, you should do a team game on stream. I've thought about that. I have honestly thought about that, but I would need that team game to be live. Alrighty. Anywho, that was a 17 by 17 map. I am thirsty. I'm actually going to go get some water, and it's actually going to be water. I'll be right back. We're going to resize this map to be 18 by 18. These maps are getting bigger. Every single time, one larger. Lucius long hair. I do have long hair. It is... I need to brush it. But, so if we go ahead and just put this in front, we got... all the way to the belly button. There we go. Back to Polytopia. Team game, here we go. Want to do one right now? It can be live. Maybe not right now. I really do want to be focusing on the campaign levels. The next one we are going to be working on, that is today's goal, is we're doing the Quetzali level. Each of these levels have been taking progressively more and more time to make. The last one took 4 hours. Speaking of the last one. 09 Quetzali tutorial. So first thing I'm going to do is We're going to go to the Hudrick level. Hudrick. Ruin. We're going to go and just place a ruin there. We'll save that. That way, if for some reason they go all the way over here, I would want this to be stars. So that way they're not punished for going the wrong way. Are you able to cover your eyes using your hair? Yes, I have been able to do that for years. We're going to go to the Quetzali tutorial. Also, I mean, before we jump right into it, I don't know what you guys think about this. I did this just as a test, so notice like the map isn't really done. Disable, disable, enable. I'm gonna go and just pick IMO 1. What would y'all think about this? Can you do it right now? I can do it now, but then I have to put my hair back. So what do you guys think about this? Looks like an average spawn. You sure about that? How does the borders even work there? Well, these cities don't have borders. They're all within this city right here. We're gonna go and grab hunting, just because I have a whole bunch of animals here. But all these cities can't upgrades, but I do get an extra 2 pops per city. Dang. I did the same thing for, Venger. Venger also has the expanded borders. Anyways, back to the map maker. But it's just a thing that... for, like, a final boss of the campaign. I could technically do that for Venger and give them a very big city to intentionally make them as overpowered as possible. Alrighty, so Quetzali. Let's open up our... oh my goodness, that's right. The campaign text, because Windows forced an update. We're gonna look at our so where are we on the campaign web? We still got a couple of texts. We have the entire chivalry line that has been completely unused. As Quetzali, we're actually going to be starting right over here in at this point. Why is the pen not fully lined up? I think I know why. But we know as Quetzali, we're going to be opening up here. How do you make your... are you going to make your build as long as you're here? No. I actually am about to be, like... once I'm done with the stream, I'm going to be shaving it. I more so just like to go with the goatee. I don't even like a mustache. It itches too much. We are going to be having them pick up the diplomacy and the diplomacy entire tree. Techs that we are not going to be giving Quetzali. We are still not going to be having access to the entire philosophy tree. We're not going to be getting swordsman. And Luxador is the one that is supposed to be rich, so they're the ones that is going to have access to all the, well, you know, quote-unquote rich things. And temples and whatnot. So, more or less, the new current tree is... this right here. Do you have a hair routine, or do you just wash water and call it a day? I don't have like a full routine when it comes to care for my hair. I do try to at least brush it once every day or every other day, else it does become a problem. Alrighty, so this is our new technology tree. We're nearly done with the whole tech web. We have access to nearly everything on it. But what we're going to be doing is... something very similar to what we did last time. We're going to be starting off in a corner. And this map is going to be kind of, once again, divided into like 3 different things. The next tribe that they are going to be encountering is... is that true? By having long hair, you'll see strands of hair in the most random places. Yes, it is. That is a very true fact. One downside for having long hair is eventually you'll be walking and then you'll be like, something feels weird with my toes. Huh, that's crazy. I've got like 5 hairs in the middle of all my toes. And it's not like I'm sitting here just throwing my hair onto the ground. It's just, it happens. What tribe would be the most interesting to pair Quetzali up with? Luxador? Because we want to give the player a tribe to potentially ally with, as the whole purpose for them to be able to learn and use embassies. Or, because whichever tribe I'm having them ally up with is the tribe that they are going to be, what am I looking for? Playing next. Because I also could just have them play as Imo next. It's nearly midnight for you. Dang. Make sure you get enough rest, okay? Maybe our next one should be IMO, and that's what's going to be opening up like free spirits and access to nights. It's officially Monday. Happy Monday. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have them play as IMO next. Nah, we'll have them play as Luxador next. I think it would be more interesting to have them have a tribe that wants to start off with peace and start off immediately fighting Venger within 5 turns to really make them have to balance attacking and defending. For the Quetzali, though, I think instead of starting all the way off in the corner, we're gonna have Quetzali kind of like expand from like a more central point. So I also would want to be deciding like where cities and villages go. Because I want Quetzali to expand to, like, this tile here. Or heck, I can have Quetzali expand to, like, there. So that way it's not a perfect city. And then that way they can go through water this way, and they have the choice of allying up with this other tribe. Where the other one, I specifically wanted them to see that Quetzali allies up. This one, it's definitely going to be a choice whether to ally up or not. Then our other starting city, like here? Or I could just put it here. Nah, I want them to explore a little bit for it. What would happen if villages have one tile gaps from each other? Like, what would happen to their borders? So by doing that, it would basically be the exact same thing of if you expanded first and took some territory. But if you expand and collect a village, that village just ends up as part of your territory. Like, this one's going to be the capital anyways. Infinity, 0. Custom. We must have at least as many cities on the map as players? It didn't save. I forgot to save. Dang, right. Luckily, I really didn't lose that much work. Right, hunting. I guess I should be heading to the other village. Resources. Hunt, hunt, hunt. Border growth. There you go. I don't think these cities can be conquered. Maybe they can. Oh well, that's crazy. Yeah, that is definitely interesting. I think we're better off not trying to build around that though. I kind of want to do something like this. Are you able to place animals on mountains? Yes, in a way you can. I don't know if the map will keep them. We're just going to go ahead and do something like this. Let's see. IMO. So I can do something like this. So, something like this, at least to get things started. That way, we are now having the player able to go this way to find IMO. They can go this way, which will then allow them to do that, level it up, go into the water, and then through here. And of course, they could still just attack and take out IMO if they really wanted to. It's not my goal, but they can. What if we... do something like that? I don't know. The appearance doesn't matter too much. But I'll do that. Now, I do want IMO to more or less also be able to find Quetzali. Sort of. I could also do this. And no bridge can be built here. So we can put a ruin there. Because why not? Yeah! So this way, both Quetzali and IMO are able to find each other. This makes it to where only IMO can build here. Oops. Do something like that. Oops. I actually... So you can also have fish on land. Not intended, but you can. I do want to split both Quetzali and IMO up, though. Let's encourage Quetzali to potentially pick up fishing. We'll go ahead and give him some fish here. As well as another... Another bit of fish all the way over there. That way, they can go a more fishing route at this city over here. I do want them to get enough pops to... We definitely need the... Let's put the city there. That way we got a little bit of a straight. I think that's fine. Now for Quetzali, we can still go here, like so. I do eventually want the player to be able to get onto this water, and same thing for Imo. German Toledo, how's it going? Perhaps we... We do need to give Quetzali some resources. I could just start off with a typical fruit that Quetzali, in most cases, would have. And to actually try to normalize some things. No resources. I don't know. I'm not too confident in this setup, but I'm gonna go ahead and set capital for 2. Oops, I need to actually save the map. Darn it. Creative. Custom map. So if the player picks up climbing, they're able to very quickly discover IMO. They're also able to see fish here at this point. And yeah, I think we just need to have another natural city right over here to this field. That way the player can continue to progress as they normally would. I like to paint the entire, like, border of what a city would look like as such. You know what? I want... I don't know what I want. Do I want the player to also be able to just go around the outside? Another slower route? We're also going to subtly teach the player about finding the routes to the resources. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to completely surround these with fruit for now, and then figure out how I actually want Quetzali to gain their resources otherwise. Now, for IMO, we specifically want to make sure that IMO has more so a slow-ish start. It's like there, forest, animals can go like here. They can also get a mountain of metal. I don't know, like here. So that gives them, you know, enough to level that up, but not really for border growth, which is fine. Where's Quetzali? Quetzali! No resources. Something like that. Let's remove the metal out of here. So I am intending on Quetzali, the Quetzali player, getting this city pretty early. So we're first thing just gonna cut off, this connection a little bit further. We're just gonna do something like that. Really simple. Cut off the connection so that way they can't accidentally bump into each other. Because the real goal is I want Quetzali to be the one to get this city, but I want it to be difficult for Quetzali to kind of defend this city, at least early on. So I need to make sure that Venger at least gets, like, 2 cities from here. Because we do want them playing against Venger still. Like, even for Imo should have, like, 1 city kind of farther out here. And a 3rd much fragile city. That can be leveled up. But is much more exposed on the front. Because I really want Venger to have the advantage in pretty much all of these fights. Which is, of course, going to be based off of unit production. Something like this. Which means I would really want this capital here. Ah! Something like this. Where Venger gets access to pretty much all of these relatively quickly. And of course we should also be able to incentivize Venger to pick them up by just placing ruins in key locations. Like so. Boom. So I should, in theory, be able to control Venger's movements. I do believe that they will try to just send a unit out to these, you know, spots and pick up the ruins. I could also, like, put it here. Add another mountain here. That was not intended, but it looks kind of nice, so we'll keep that. So, despite... So, this city for Quetzali that I want the player to be picking up should be overrun by the Venger player. We're just gonna... Save, 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 save. And all I can do is adjust brute force it until... Climbing. Alright. Awesome. There's the IMO player. Again, I can bait the player into going to this tile. Oh, shoot. I'm dumb. That other city is way too far. There's supposed to be one tile lower. Whoopsies. Alright, field. It's actually supposed to be there. Venger. Go there. Ruins. I should be able to do something like this and bait Venger into the right direction. I really wish I could actually just turn off the fog. But by doing this, Venger should... We give him... Oops. Just 2 shrooms everywhere. Like, look at that. That's a solid 6 cities for Venger. And Quetzali's only been given 3. And this city is intended for Venger to take over. Or at least to apply too much pressure, the player might lose this city. That is intended. So, because like even archers is not going to be super great for being able to defend this city. It's just the archer support is way too far. And I think I actually want to keep it this way. So the best way to support it is to level this city up, expand the borders, and get some scouts. That's way... that is the first way. Field. Fruits. Animals. It's okay, I guess. Yeah, it's okay, I guess. In theory, the player should be fine. Well, they'll be fine, right? Just, all they gotta do is, spam out a whole bunch of, spam out a whole bunch of units. Sure. Oh, shoot. I do also need to add that ruin to bait the player. Beautiful. I did not accidentally forget to... You know what I can also do? We can... I was just thinking I don't need to, but, like, we can absolutely put metal under there? Yeah. So by picking up this ruin, the player should be getting the embassy's tech. Diplomacy. So that way they can immediately send an embassy over to IMO. Then after that, the player should be picking this city up. Creative. All right, let's see how it works so far. You have met Venger. That is incorrect. Woohoo! You have met Imo. Hey, and we found a village over there. Swordsman. Yeah, that's supposed to be, if I had the option, it would just be the diplomacy tech. That way the player is allowed to just immediately send that embassy over. We're gonna offer peace. And I am gonna establish an embassy with them. Peace treaty accepted. Fruit. Explore. I'm legitimately curious. To how that is doing. Turn 6, they have not picked up these other cities yet. Workshop. One, two, three. The resources. 1, 2. Workshop. Vinegar has this city now. Maybe I should be putting some shallow terrain here and here, just to slow down the player even further. Because the player is going to be beelining straight for this city. So how do I slow the player down, but make it to where their city is still... Maybe I am supposed to have this be one tile further away. Fish. 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 Resources. Because at this exact... Oh my goodness. At this exact moment, Venger's got 3 cities. The player's got 3 cities. Yeah, this city needs to be further away. Where it was originally was actually correct. Alrighty. Fruit. Alrighty, now for Venger, because we gotta fix this. Sure. Mushrooms, why not? It could also be that the ruins are just slowing Venger down. So, something like this keeps them very much separated. And that city is on its own. It will be a valiant defense. Quetzali. We're just going to place regular forests. Because I don't want Quetzali to just instantly, have access to a level 3 city and build some walls. The last thing I want is for Quetzali to have access to city walls here. I want them to eventually get it, but they need to work their way towards it. I mean, regardless, if I follow Quetzali building rules, they will get access to them. If I do that, I really starve that city out of resources. In a way that makes sense. I also want it to be more of a surprise for the player, as much as possible. So if they go here, and then they follow up to there, and they see all this, they go, okay, they can go straight to here. And the heck? Should I have a 4th tribe? I mean, it's going to make it more difficult for me to actually playtest, because already playtesting, I'm having to have it randomly select between the two. I don't know. I think for Venger. This should be good enough. Okay, let's go there, go there. It would push him here, so that way they can get one of these two. Oh no, remove the resource. Yeah, just give Venger some good, really good forge spots. What could possibly go wrong, right? One, two, three, four. This would allow border growth, which would be very powerful here. Tell you what, I want Quetzali to kind of be a little trapped here. And would need to use some roads to get out of there. The player to have wide spaces between all of their villages, because we got a lot of space to work with. Do something like this. Ziki, how's it going? We got a lot of map space to work with, so I'm really trying to figure out like how I want to have this game be played out. Put another one here. Because I do want it to be far from being able to just rush there. The player is fully intended to pick this city up as quickly as possible. They go to this they go, ooh, piece of candy. They go to this ruin. They find Imo very, very quickly. And then they just go up here. Like, this is already a ton of cities for the player. We can go ahead and just place one more here. Like, this is a bunch of cities for the player. At this point, I really want it to kind of just be cut off and then head to some water and allow for some actual... All right, so far, that's good to hear. So something like this. So we have a route for riders and roads to go through right here down the center. Definitely possible. Very nice little lake. Yeah? I'm trying to help set the story of you could still fight a Navy battle. Yeah. Because I want Navy to be a potential thing. This might be one of the first maps where they get to explore like open sea combat. Quetzali players should be aware about how strong they are at sea. Yeah, maybe. I want to try to see how much I can get the rules to be correct. As much as possible. You know, as much as possible. Not necessarily gonna be correct, but no one is ever gonna find that city around the mountains in water. Quetzali will. Come on, you won't just randomly go to that mountain. True. We're gonna go ahead and just cut off all the water over here. Venger, we're gonna go ahead and give them more variety of resources. This way, regardless of what they actually start off with. You know, not like Venger at all, though, but they can level up at least to level 2. We do need Quetzali to know that there's something here, though. No! Wrong! I think that's fair. No. That's too much. There we go. Gotta make sure we're saved. There we go. And that also explains why there's no fruit here. Because I do want to start having the player sort of, even though there are some instances like right here for Venger, we are specifically giving them like 2 of everything, so that way they easily get to level up any city regardless of whatever tech they go with, in most cases. Like there, here, and there. Here, and here. And then we can also do another one like here and here. So that way all of their cities have access to 2 animals, all their cities have access to metals, all their cities have access to at least 2 shrooms. Not all of them have access to the fishing. That's fine. I don't really want them having access to fishing. Actually, what I will do is do what Venger is supposed to do, and anywhere we don't have their tiles, they actually have crops. We are going to remove certain crops, though. Like this one here, I don't want them placing crops there. Or, nah. No crops. I won't worry about the crops for Venger. But maybe just trees everywhere else? around their city. We're going to place one more Venger City. Out there. One, two, three. And then we're just going to give Venger a little bit more fish. There we go. Sounds good to me. Think that's enough? I don't know if that's going to be enough fish for Venger. Oh, bright metal. There we go. Then we're going to go ahead and allow a little bit more creep. Add a forest there. Meh. I did forget to add my whole bunch of fruit. For the Quetzali guaranteed resources. There we go. That should be fine, right? You know what I should do? We should place another mountain. Right here. Because if Venger goes here and they get a swordsman, it steps them onto this city and they get to capture it one turn sooner. So just a thing I want to consider. There. Yeah, that's a lot of metals. There. That should be fine. So if they go here to here, it'll push them onto the village. If they go here to here, it'll push them onto the village. I'm just planning around swordsmen. I think that's fair. And then we get to watch IMO die. Quetzali. Custom. Quetzali tutorial. Climbing. Oh boy, we found Venger. That is incorrect. Please let me set the tribes. Climbing. Woohoo! And we find IMO. It's supposed to give us access to the diplomacy tech. That needs to be a regular mountain tile. Establish embassy. Fruit. Fruit. Explore. We find Venger. Fruit. Fruit. Workshop. One, two, three. Resources. 1, 2. We're just gonna do a workshop. Resources. IMO has 2 cities. I'm gonna go ahead and get Free Spirit and get rid of this swordsman that I'm not supposed to have. And I'm gonna grab riding, or my rider. I would have to get roads and then work my way all the way around. I do want a mountain here. The whole purpose of me placing these mountains in this way is to make it as annoying to support this city as possible. Because notice, we don't have access to bridges in key locations that I would need. Gonna grab roads. We don't have the free spirit tech, I just wanted it to get rid of the, shame. Maybe I need to put some water on these tiles here. I missed. Alrighty, a couple of changes that we're going to make. Because I need to slow the player down just a bit more so that way Venger can proceed to expand and get all of the things that they're supposed to have. We're going to go ahead and do water here with no ruin on it. I don't see how removing the water on these would do what I want it to do. Because the player can just walk forward the whole way and just use defenders. So how do we... Because Venger needs to collect all of these. Within their estimated allotted amount of time. Perhaps... do something like this. We'll add these fish. 4 fish. Why not? They can build a bridge here. Bridge can technically also be built here. I missed. So this is one less direction that vendor can accidentally go. Let's actually put the ruin here. So vendor can see it, so as soon as they pick up the climbing tech, they'll go over to pick it up. And then they'll also see the village that needs to be picked up. But they'll be prioritizing these ruins first. I want the player to be able to explore this way, but I don't think I can see an easy way to just do that. Of course, I also can't reliably give certain rewards out of ruins. So that makes that tricky as well. Alrighty. I'm going to remove these resources. It's a lot of mountains here. Yeah. It's a lot of mountains there. Yeah, it's a lot of mountains. They're intended to build a bridge either here or here. which can be done. They cannot accidentally build bridges here. So they will be fine. What I can also do is just put mountains here. Field. I could do something like this. This would allow me to put those mountains right there. Because what this allows, especially if we go ahead and just remove that, place the city one tile a little bit further. What this allows me to do is make it to where the player can't just build a port over here. Meaning I can just have more water. Because if my goal is I want it to be a long roundabout way for the player to offer supports here. I need to make sure that it's an actual far distance. Because if they're going across here, they have roads. Little ugly? Yeah, a little ugly. And what I can do is we could do some water. Do something like this. Have a nice little river this way. So the player can still build bridges. The bridge will be facing the correct directions I would want them to visually be facing. Yeah. Which tile do I think that the city should go on? Maybe this one. It'll be fine. Nah. We'll put it on the one in the far corner. Remove these extra resources. Wham! So that way they can build ports here, but they have to expand the borders. And boom, one more mountain right there to just kind of cut that off. So yeah, we got a lot of a really roundabout way for the player to be able to go and support this this city. Because if they're wanting to build roads, they either have to support via land, they have to have support via water, or they have to go all the way around with roads, which is really expensive. Doable, but very expensive, which is what I would like. Because what I want to help teach the player in this instance is Quetzali's the turtle tribe. I want them to be able to mount a wall against the oncoming offense, regardless of what they try to do. And then I guess for now, let's also just place forests everywhere else where there's no crops. Just for now. Beautiful. Pretty ugly, but beautiful. Let's also go ahead and place like a wild animal just somewhere in here. That can go there. This can go here. And we'll just place this animal here. Beautiful. So that way it's a little unoptimized. Just a little bit. And then we will also have just one tile there. We're going to replace 2 of these tiles. One, and then it really doesn't matter where the second goes. 2. And then 2 of these tiles over here need to be replaced as well. One, 2. Beautiful. I can change it up later. Here we go. Need to stretch just a little bit. I also need to fix Imo's territory. But my main concern is if I'm telling the player you need to go straight to this ruin, they're also then going to follow up immediately getting this village. I really need to make sure that Venger is going to correctly go after, like, get these villages. So what I'm seeing is what I then have to do is something like this. It's ugly. And I'm going to deliberately make Imo here as weak as possible. There's no Control Z, is there? There's not. I don't think it really matters. So we're just going to leave that open. We'll try this again, shall we? Let's just save a couple times. New game creative. Boom, boom. Quetzali tutorial. Climbing. Another swordsman. Got it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to delay moving this unit forward by 1 turn. We're going to go ahead and grab our embassy. Offer peace. And now we get to move. I do want to move that away. There we go. Shock factor. It's Venger! They're already here. So we are in a solid 3rd place. Fascinating. Grab free spirit so that way I can disband this swordsman. Go and capture. I'm gonna go and grab a rider. But I need to pick up organization. Fruit. Fruit. How's Venger doing? Good, I hope? Nope. I need to swap that out so that way the rider can't rush forward. Again, we want to make it as frustrating for riders to just rush forward as much as possible. Fruit. Fruit. Explore. A valid explorer. Resources. Fruit. Fruit. Hunt. More resources. And I can just try to grab a rider here. Oh my goodness. Hunt, fruit, workshop. I went for the wrong building. You know, I built riders. This is a good thing that I built riders specifically with the intended purpose of rushing them forward, but I really can't. Like, I need roads or forestry, I guess. Let's get fishing. 1, 2, 3. Resources. Lumber huts. Clear forest, lumber huts. We'll do my own border growth. I'm amazed by how much the AI just looks at this and goes, huh. I want this, but, I don't know how to get that. Picks up mining, which is good, but, they're just sitting on so many resources. It's kind of funny. That's not what I meant to do. Explore. Yay, I get roads! I could pick up archery or mathematics. I got so many tech choices. The choices are overwhelming! Alright. But we're just going to get our sawmill there. I guess we're done. Yeah, something like that. Alright, my time expanding here to this far side is taking a while, which is good. They built a bridge? I need to turn this back into normal land. Road. Rider. Catapult. I don't know how difficult this would actually be for like a normal person, but it feels like it would be. They still don't have climbing. Despite all these ruins, they still don't have climbing. Despite all this economy, they still don't have any tax. And they still don't have climbing. They don't have climbing. They don't have... They have roads. They have sailing. I really wish I could tell them what text to prioritize. I should be able to tell the AI in these missions what text to prioritize. Because they don't have hunting, they don't have organization. They have fishing. They haven't collected the fish in this tile and then put any units onto there. They don't have climbing. Okay, so... if I at least put the AI onto a harder difficulty... do they more likely do what I want them to do? It's a swordsman again. That's not what I want, though. Skip a turn on here. Hit their movement. Offer peace. Establish embassy. They are currently indifferent. Rejected. Why would they reject it? Offer peace. We are buddies. We are pals. Unfortunately, I don't get to see everything going on. Or do I? Grab ourselves a defender, pass this turn. I also need to manipulate the AI even more in regards to... if they'll even consider piecing with me. One, two. We're gonna go and do an explore. Not a bad explorer. Resources. We need to get a rider here. grab hunting. There we go. There's the peace treaty I was trying to get. 2 things of hunting. Resources. Alright, so I lost the race, which is good. I lost the race to these 2 places, with the AI being on a harder difficulty. They are also on the water, heading over there. This honestly is a really good sign. There we go. Peace treaty accepted. Grab forestry here. Clear this forest. Lumber hot. Lumber hot. Harvest fruit. I can get myself a rider here. Train another warrior. I can get a rider. I think we have successfully made the terrain and all that just annoying enough. Right, warrior. We're gonna go ahead and grab roads. We're gonna heal everything else up. We can build a bridge here. A road. Ah, shoot. Yeah, that forest is in an annoying spot. I did good! I'm so proud of getting in my own way of my own success, having to find more solutions. We're gonna go ahead and pick up fishing. We're gonna get these fish. Workshop. Bridge. Alrighty, my warriors are finally making it to support the actual front. IMO is still very happy with us, which is good. We're gonna go ahead and collect these 2 resources. Get ourselves another workshop. Grab ourselves a defender. Because we need them. We're gonna level this city up. 1, 2, 3 resources. And 2, 3 resources. I'm gonna save the rest of my stars. Vinger's at 6, IMO's at 3. That's good. I'm hoping Vinger's winning over here. That's the bigger goal. Port? I guess let's try to start connecting our roads together. Road, bridge, road. Almost. I can clear a couple of these forests. Road. There we go. Network monument is complete. Metropolis is complete. We're gonna move you back for that defense bonus. I am pretty happy with IMO being stuck on a low level for everything. Though, they have the Knights technology! This giant's gonna take forever to get to the front line. Alright, we're gonna pick up sailing for ourselves. Get a scout. Start throwing a couple units onto the water. I could put a port here. I think what's important to do, though, is... important! It's part of the name. Anywho, we'll get a city wall here on this front. Move you back. And I guess just another warrior just so we have more units? I should be able to start spamming units soon. Get some more units onto this water. Two, three, four. Let's say for mathematics. That way I can get a whole bunch of levels here in just a moment. What if we gave them another city here in this corner? Killer monument is complete. Alright, mathematics. So I can then lumber halt, sawmill, sawmill, lumber halt, lumber halt, Another super units. Hunt. For a border growth. Fish. Port. We're out of stars again. Why are they insistent on not attacking me? Vinger, what's going on? You're at war with me. You're at war with Imo. But you're just insistent on not attacking my units. Because this rammer would one-shot scouts. How am I supposed to do this if the AI is going to be dumb? Like, look at all this fish. They have fishing. Why have they not claimed a single fish for this city? I feel like the early flow is fine, but we're not defending against Venger. Oh no, they got a bomber. They got another bomber. We could easily fight back for this. Like, unless I lose this... I could just do these. Sawmill. Lumber halt. Border growth. Like, I've got a safe port here. Lumber halts. Resources. Sawmill. Lumber halts. Port. Border growth. I can do this. And then we still got a whole bunch of units that are able to get onto the water safely in the back. Can get onto the water here. Train a cat. Get another port here. City walls. Start training, throwing more cats at the problem. Alright, what do we do here? Because this city's basically maxed out. The only way I can is... Well, I would have had to... not placed a bridge here. And then I could place a monument here. And vice versa. I could have also not placed a port there. That's fine. But it was in fact not fine. One, two. One, two, three. Defender. Lumberhots. Lumberhots. Train more cats. How's it going on the other front? 3 to 7. Road, just train more defenders. I definitely could have defended this city. Imo is winning this push against Venger. Oh my goodness. Venger, I have fed you so many resources. Why are you so bad? You're on hard. I don't know. We'll be making changes to this map. I'm done with working on this map for today. I don't know what to do with the AI. It's just... What am I supposed to do when the AI is not gonna level up their cities? What are you supposed to do about that? Like, it went cool, I'm gonna get mining and that's it. Meanwhile, Imo here with like 2 cities are like, oh sure, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up every single tech under the book and do it. Like, why is Venger intentionally not leveling up their cities? Is Migi1 specifically wanting the player to understand that Venger has no economy? Because this is the wrong way to do it. I don't know, I'm getting frustrated. We're going to make a couple of minor modifications to the map that I can remember on the top of my head. There's no reason that Vinegar should be that bad. Alright, Quetzali. Put that there. Field and fruit here. Why not? Like, Imo cities get nothing! Alright, that's going to basically do it. I don't think this map is 100% complete, but we have been working on this map for 3 hours. I want to clear my head and then reapproach this map, because this is also a much larger map. I would basically say that this map is halfway done. Because we've still got all this empty space over here that we definitely should do something with. I just don't know what. But, we definitely need to, do a lot of balancing on this map as well. Because similar to the previous map, I don't know what to do in order to get Wenger to win this 2 versus 1 offensive front. Now, you could also say, oh, but it's only like 3 versus 3 over here. Okay, sure, but when the other player over here has absolutely no resources and Wenger's been given a massive abundance of them, there's absolutely no reason why Imo should be surviving. There's not there's no excuse about it. Imo should just be getting crushed. That is the goal, is Wenger should slowly be getting stronger as you fight them, as they kill Imo, while you are trying to figure out, with this honestly like a really bad spawn, how to defend this front very quickly. In the meantime, you're trying to get to your other cities and improve your economy. Like, this is probably the first actual challenging map. The only nice thing is that we're being given diplomacy right up from the beginning. And of course, I haven't been given diplomacy. It gave me a swordsman every time that it's not supposed to be the case. But to be given diplomacy from this ruin here, so that way we can ally up with Imo, where just like last time, where we've got an ally that we're hoping to have survived long enough. All in the meantime, we are improving our economy over here, because it's Quetzali economy, where the resources are kind of scattered all over the place. You know what I can do? We can just... Boop. No. Actually, intentionally did not want those. There. Of this animal. Yeah, I think that setup there's as good as that's gonna get. How do you play this game? So this game is actually available for free on mobile devices, and you get access to 4 of the 16 tribes. I'm currently playing on Steam, and I'm using a mod so that way I can work on a map. And this map I'm specifically making to present to the game developer to say, hey, this game needs better tutorial, and this is how I'd be making the campaigns. This is mission 9. But I'm actually fighting with the AI, because the AI is behaving in a different way that I am not expecting them to. Polytopia is a lot of fun. There is a massive community for it. Yeah, just... I do recommend taking a look. I will be ending my stream here, mostly so that way I can come back to this map with a fresh mind. Yeah, the game's a lot of cool. Like, for instance, I still need to develop how IMO needs to be getting all of this. Which, should be a thing, but... Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna... just in case Venger decides to put a bridge here. I can't control that, but we'll see. Field. Fruit. I am thinking of just, oops, that is not the tile I wanted that on. Let's remove like I originally wanted. I'll figure something else out. Boom. Just give them an overwhelming amount of resources. But no bridge. I don't know. That's a start. Oops. Maybe. Something like that. I don't know. I'll have to rework it. I keep saying that. I'll have to come back to it another time, but I apparently am bad at finding a stopping place. And just try to give Vinger as many resources as possible to offset their dumb AI. That's unfortunately the best I can do. Like even over here, just bump up, bump up. I don't know. Maybe that'll give Vinger enough cities to offset the player advantage of the player being smart. Wait, what if I added a mountain right here? There we go. That way there could be a bridge play over here. We'll see. There. That way the player has to make a valiant defense and then figure out how they're going to attack. I think that should be fine. I'm more than likely wrong. The AI is probably going to just not get anything and prove that, unfortunately, you can't fix stupid. But in theory, the AI, because the AI has more villages than the player, so this should be the first, like, actual challenging map. It's just the AI, the player has assistance with another AI. Yeah, I think that's as good as that's going to get. I need some food. So I'm done with this map, at least for now. That's been a solid, like, 3 hours working on it. Good progress, but we still need to balance out the entire fight just between Venger and Aimo. Because I feel like the flow of the player being going and collecting these cities is actually pretty good. I'm not too upset about it. I actually want to... Okay, I could just do this instead. A little ugly, but it works. That way they walk onto it, and then they see all the Venger land, they go, ha! That's a lot of Venger territory. And then same thing with this. I really want them having force slow down rider movement. So you gotta invest in roads. Yep. Alrighty. We will be continuing working on this map again, not next week, because I will actually be doing an official Polytopia streaming event next week. But the week after, we will continue the Quetzali campaign. I'm going to go get some food in my system, go get some rest, and we'll see what goes on for the rest of the day. Thanks for tuning on in, and yeah. Have a good one.